Yo, what's up, guys? So, today is a special day. Today marks my 13th month of training and strictly focusing on natural bodybuilding. No other athletic endeavors. Direct focus in the pursuit of excellence, of mastering my craft. And I'm very grateful for this journey. I'm very grateful for the experience. So, I'm going to bring you guys 5 big tips you can take with you on your health and fitness journey. And I really hope that one of these things will help transform how you look at sport. All right, guys. So, tip number 1 is when you're approaching your split for training, prioritize your weak points. So, for me, my first year was my shoulders. So, I really prioritized and focusing on building my shoulders. So, I started each week of the beginning of my split. It didn't matter if I was doing 2 leg days during that time period. It didn't matter if I was doing a push, a pull, a legs, and then going into a bro split after a rest day and an active rest day. So it really all changes and depends. And by the way, when I mean bro split, I mean Arnold split. It's kind of the trending term for it right now. So when I was focusing on my shoulders, I really prioritized each delt. So when you are prioritizing your weak point, identify each piece of the muscle and use exercise selection to help determine which exercise is best for you to accomplish your goal of growing that piece of the muscle. All right, guys. So the next tip I have for you is your approach to your split, to your training, to your cardio, the mental approach to it. So many people fall off track of accomplishing their fitness goals because they're not truly in it to win it. They don't have the drive behind it. And it's not even about that. What it's about is enjoying the process, doing something you love, and being in each moment, because this is a journey, not a sprint. Enjoy running the marathon of bodybuilding or whatever your fitness endeavor is, whether if it's CrossFit or High Rocks. Enjoy the marathon of it. Enjoy showing up every day. Enjoy each week and the progress you make each week. So, for my bodybuilders out there, what I want you to do is find a split in a form of cardio you enjoy, that you can stick with, because there's no point in doing an upper lower split if you enjoy a push pull legs and you stick with the push pull legs longer than you stick with an upper lower. Same with cardio. Me as a personal trainer, a lot of my clients, when they first come to me, when I am just starting to direct them in the right way, oh, Mark, I don't like cardio. Well, it's probably because you don't have a form of cardio you enjoy doing, because trust me, getting on stairs and consistently showing up to do my stair stepper intervals is something that is much more enjoyable for me than if I was gonna go do a, stationary bike sprint, right? So like assault bike, rower, sprints, hit intervals, they have their time and place. But I don't wanna consistently show up. I will do it. So a lot of people, I'm trying to sympathize here, a lot of people will show up to do it, but I enjoy and I look forward to doing my intervals on stairs. So that's why I look forward to going and taking those actions in that step that day to accomplish the goal for that day. So what my big goal for my audience as well as my clients is to look forward to their training. And for me, personally, I found a modified Arnold split works best for me. So PPL is the best base. During my first full year of bodybuilding, I did 2 leg days to build symmetry. My big 2, as in the previous tip I spoke about weak points. My big 2 points was my shoulders and symmetry in my legs. So I really focused on and started each week of my split with a shoulder day and a hamstring focused leg day, which every bodybuilder has a favorite. It's all important. Hamstring focused leg day, post chain day, that's my favorite. All right. So I really built the symmetry in my quads and hamstrings, and that helped build my insertions of my hamstrings. And it's fun. You look forward to it. I did all types of crazy stuff and still do. Leg curls, right into walking lunges, barbell lunges, drop sets, heavy RDLs that was probably the highlight of when I properly learned how to back squat. And right now I'm focusing on spinal health and well-being and having proper posture in a squat. So that's why I'm on Smith. But when you have perfect form and nail a back squat or RDL and go heavy and train to failure, there's not a better feeling in the world. So I'm sharing these examples from my first year so you guys understand what it feels like and can resonate with, oh, I love hitting this PR, and find the enjoyment and the joy in doing that. It's supposed to be a fun process, not something that's grueling. And all these winter art kids, yes, it's funny, yes, it's a joke, but like, I want to inspire people to stick with what they love, to do what they really enjoy. All right, guys, so for the next tip, pretty simple, also straightforward. We're going to talk about being a minimalist when it comes to supplements. I prefer a minimalist approach when it comes to supplements for many reasons. My personal experience with taking a bunch of different vitamins and minerals and trying to do too much at once, my personal experience with that is I held water weight. So, I was talking to a bunch of coaches. I was in the community asking all these questions, trying to learn as much as I can throughout my first year, trying to take CoQ10 and CLA and all these positive vitamins and minerals and good things, when realistically, that's not the approach at all. When you're first starting out, taking a bunch of vitamins and minerals, saying, oh, I want to be the best natural bodybuilder I can be, I want to take everything. You don't need to take everything. Take things you're deficient in if you need to. Stick with the basics. My first 6 months, all I needed was, first off, make sure it's either NSF certified or has a different form of third-party testing. Everything has to be clean. You don't know what people put in these subs, right? So what I take, or what I took just for my first 6 months, which is all you need, is a NSF certified creatine, a protein powder. If you want a caffeine supplement, you can. I'm a big coffee guy. I love iced cappuccinos. I love iced lattes. And if you want to go energy drink, I recommend Highball because it's clean. That's what my family put me on. We got me directed in the right way. I was kind of really huge into Celsius my first year. Not great for you, right? So Highball is much better. And that's really all you need. A protein, caffeine does have, as long as you cut it off at 2 p.m., 5 p.m.'s pushing it to the max. I like to cut it off at 2 so I can be, asleep by 10:30, right? There's a half-life. Remember, depending on what you take, there's a half-life. 6 hours is usually the medial, all right? So my goal here is to help new lifters or new Hyrox, CrossFit athletes or bodybuilders learn to minimize their supplements. I don't want you guys taking a bunch of different stuff. My wake-up call, personally, from my experience, my big wake-up call, kind of funny, was fish oil. When I had fish oil first thing in the morning and my stomach was upset for like 4 days straight, and I'm like, what's going on? It's like, well, you're taking all this stuff, and that was my wake-up call. I took 3 months off from everything. All right, here's your number 4 recommendation outside of a creatine, a protein powder, a caffeine supplement. My big recommendation is D3 just for cognitive function. That was the first one to ease back into. And then since in my past, I've had B12 deficiency, and I used to have headaches because of it when I was younger. I take a B12, and I take a zinc, and I did take magnesium for sleep. I stopped taking that when I started easing back supplements. So outside of zinc, I take a vitamin C. So that's it. So those are my 4 that I take. I wouldn't do more than you need to do. I'm not even taking creatine right now. I believe mastering your craft of training and cooking at home, or when you eat out, eat clean, is much more important and enjoying the process than going and taking all this different stuff. So that's a real big one. It's really important. Now we're going to the next one. All right, guys. 4th really big tip. I am so avid on this one, not just with clients, not just with friends and family, but with anyone I meet. When they ask me about health, my first response is how much water you're drinking and how many hours of sleep are you getting. So overlooked. If you're under 7 hours of sleep, you're sleep deprived. It's the truth. There's no way around it. You gotta hit that 7 to 9 hours of sleep, especially for the You know, when you're a kid, you need more. But young adults and adults, 7 to 9, that's the range. Seven's bare minimum. Like, I've had clients come to me where it's like, okay, I'm on 5 hours of sleep, and I'm like, whoa, something's going on. So it's like, yeah, stress and cortisol. You gotta have a wind down routine at night. You gotta turn the phone off. Either pick up a book, audiobooks can help, but you gotta cut the phone off. Like, no constant consumption before you go to bed, because that's gonna keep you up, right? And another thing, being properly hydrated, these tied together, you're slightly dehydrated when you wake up. So the goal is a gallon of water a day, right? So gallon of water a day, the more water you take in, the less water you hold, the better your digestive system's gonna be. And also the better you're gonna sleep, the better you're gonna feel. That's where energy really comes from, is from hydration and a proper electrolyte. One supplement that I didn't bring up when I was talking about the vitamins and minerals I take is, I do like Element. They're really great. Their lemonade flavor slaps, all right? So that is a great go-to. But why is it a great go-to? Electrolytes is made up of sodium, potassium, and magnesium. So you're gonna need a proper, sufficient amount of those three. We get plenty of sodium from our diets, especially as Americans, so it's like, all right, maybe tailor back on that one. Eat less sodium dense food. You can take your electrolyte for proper energy production in the morning. It wakes you up. Your body can't properly utilize caffeine 90 minutes after you wake up. So the energy system that it can utilize is proper hydration and electrolytes. So sleep, hit the 7 to 9 hours. And the last one is hydration. Really get that gallon of water, bare minimum. If you're needing to take baby steps, take your baby steps. You know, half a gallon, 3/4 of a gallon. Hit your gallon a day, consistently do that. And as you advance, right now, I'm in 1.5 gallons to 2 gallons a day. So those are the sweet spots. Those are my 5 tips. Sleep, hydration, proper supplementation, minimalist approach, prioritize your weak points, and enjoy the marathon, enjoy the journey. It's a lifestyle. It's not going to be a rapid change. It's going to be consistently showing up every day for an extended period of time. And then over years of doing it, months and years, that is where you'll be like, wow, this is a beautiful experience. I love bodybuilding so dearly. There's so much purpose behind it every day. Just wake up to be grateful for a pursuit of excellence, a journey. And you'll also find role models that you're like, okay, I can take this from this person. I can take this from this person and apply it to your own journey. So this was a big goal of mine for making this video. I hope you guys learned something. Keep grinding, keep showing up for yourself every single day, and remember, Jesus has got you.